Welcome to the From Egypt to Zion show to the newcomers, and welcome back to all of my subscribers. It is a privilege and a joy to be before you on this day. And the title of this message is Seek Yahuwah while he may be found, and study his word while it is available. The calm before the storm. This is a From Egypt to Zion show special update. Let's get started. As I stated, it is a pleasure to be before you on today. I do have some information that I have to share with you about a new platform that I am, on currently. And there will be more platforms as the days, go on, and I will provide links as time permits. However, I did want to inform you that I have been unable to upload new content because I was in the YouTube jail. I'm not the only one. Certainly we're in a time where, you know, um, those that align themselves with, the agendas of the dark powers, they really don't want anything that's going to step on their toes. And when you begin to, speak on certain content and information, the algorithms really, go through the roof. And then you start seeing content removed, and people their platforms, or their content removed and their channels gone. So, but anyway, yeah, the gatekeepers of the social media platform prevented me from uploading any new content after my content was removed, by them for simply telling the truth. My videos typically provide links to articles and other information, as you know, provided as proof, which I present. However, the wicked can't handle presentation of the truth. Therefore, you can now check more of my videos out in their entirety at odyssey.com. And please understand, we are living in a time where many of our freedoms are being stripped away, and that includes our freedom of speech. So I encourage you to take advantage of this information while it's available, because the Bible provides prophetic information about these times that we're living in right now. And that is in Amos chapter 8, verse 11, where it states, "Behold, the days come, saith Yahuwah, that I will send a famine in the land. Not a famine of bread, nor of thirst for water, but of hearing the words of the Lord." So you see, fam, unfortunately, many, do not like the word of Yahuwah. We're in these times now. So, I hope that the content which I am about to share with you will richly bless you and will provide some new insights about these prophetic times. Don't let the enemy distract you. If you notice, the news media outlets keep bombarding us with negative information and propaganda news. However, it is up to you to understand how to decipher what they are hiding versus what they want to keep you focused on. That which they continue to push in the media is often a distraction from the real problems at hand, and is also the propaganda of those who control the media. Therefore, it is important to research and think for yourselves. A prime example is how social media is censoring what is said about the COVID, racism, and about the agendas pushed by the government, and how certain channels and people are being labeled as conspiracy theorists. You must keep focus on the word of Yahuwah and discern the times, especially in what his word says, how the end times would look before the return of the Messiah. Not everything is as it seems. Some people truly believe that those in political power have their best interests at hand. Sadly, that is not always the case. There are agendas and mandates being made which can negatively affect your life. The simple believeth every word, but the prudent man looketh well to his going. This scripture can be found in Proverbs chapter 14, verse 15. Believe it or not, fam, some people are in power for nefarious reasons and to bring about destruction. The Bible prophesied in the latter days that men would wax worse, and also that the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. He covereth the faces of the judges thereof. If not, where and who is he? There are many evil people in power. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Ephesians chapter 6, verse 12. Some of the information you are being distracted from. Number one, how radiation from the 5G towers may negatively affect your health. While 5G is helping to speed up the internet and enabling devices and apps to become smarter, there are other things looming as negative consequences of such technology. According to a 2019 Scientific American research and article entitled, "We have no reason to believe 5G is safe," effects include increased cancer risks, cellular stress, increase in harmful free radicals, genetic damages, structural and functional changes of the reproductive system, learning and memory deficits, neurological disorders, and negative impacts on general well-being in humans. Damage goes well beyond the human race, as there is growing evidence of harmful effects to both plant and animal life. So, fam, I have added a chart here for you to take a look at, for you to see some of the neurological, cellular, and well-being effects. And again, this just does not affect human life, but plant life and animal life and other species' lives. We just, we're just scratching the surface here. But there are some things that we can do to diminish or lower our risk of exposure. For example, turn off the TV and other smart devices when you're not using them. Put your phone on airplane mode at night. Turn it off or make sure it's in another room while you sleep. Invest in some radiation-proof or Faraday protective clothing. Finally, if you need to, get off the grid and leave the city and move to some wilderness. Family, you have to do what is, best for you to, sustain yourselves, to sustain life and, your well-being, but this is a very, very real issue that many are not talking about. And if you really, really think about it, the news is not going to cover these things. These are things that you really have to research for yourselves, and you really have to become proactive with how, you take care of yourself. Some of the information you are being distracted from continue. The wicked agenda to make everything seedless in order to keep you from being productive, whether it is from being able to grow food or human reproducing offspring. The wicked's agenda is to make everything sterile. Make no mistake about that. The word of Yahuwah tells us to be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth and subdue it, and have dominion over the fish of the sea and over the fowl of the air and over every living thing that moveth upon the earth. This can be found in Genesis chapter 1, verse 28. However, you must gather and store up your own seeds if you are interested in growing your own food. And heirloom are the best seed variety. More information you are being distracted from. The agenda to create human hybrids. In a February 23rd, 2022 article entitled Science Gone Bad: The Pursuit of Human-Animal Hybrids, the article talks about how there are past and present scientists who have tried and succeeded at creating such hybrids, and how many of the attempts had negative consequences. According to the article, Chinese and American researchers produced 11 transgenic macaque monkeys that included MCPH1, a human brain gene. The altered monkey had better short-term memory and shorter reaction time than regular ones. Scientists need ethicists, but some don't want them. The latter kind wants to be a good and heed neither a higher power nor mere mortal. Technology without ethics never goes well. We may long for the days before each, according to their kind, was violated, and we mixed ourselves with animals. The following source can be found below. So, family, this is the information that you are being distracted from. And no, not all science is good science. Some of the sciences that are occurring in real time, only you are unaware of it. Hidden agenda. It should be known by now that the COVID situation has been pushed in the media by paid politicians and by powerful companies for the sole purpose to force everyone to take a jab under false pretenses, whether to get such companies like Pfizer and Moderna paid for its public research on the unsuspecting public for the sole purpose of hiding its true purposes and agendas. If it were not so, why isn't the ingredients in the jab made publicly available unless there are harmful substances in it? Instead of calling people conspiracy theorists, the real important questions at hand are, why aren't people given the freedom to make an informed decisions about whether they want to accept the risk of the consequences of taking such a jab? Why are the actual data of the harm done to people who have either died or injured as a direct result of taking the jab hidden to the general public, or masked and covered up by the media and powerful organizations claiming these people died from COVID, or claiming that the injuries and deaths of these people are not in any way linked to the vaccine? Why are people who died or injured after taking the jab not able to be compensated, especially when many people trusted the misinformation they were given by their physicians, the media, and these powerful pharmaceutical companies? And they took the jab to keep their jobs in order to support their families. Finally, why have mandates been put in place other than to hinder people who did not take the jab from participating in society or forcing them out of a job? How can the media, politicians, CEOs, owners, and all involved in pushing the vaccine live with themselves with the deaths and other harms that has occurred to many of these people after taking the jab? Most importantly, why is the truth, many social media channels and videos like this, censored and taken down if what is being presented isn't exposing the real agendas put in place by these wicked, powerful organizations? If what is being presented is false, why is the research and information available to prove it, like the VAERS report and other scholarly research, being vehemently hidden to the general public? You see, fam, these are very, very important questions that must be posed and must be allowed to be questioned instead of being taken down simply because someone wants answers. Wars and rumors of wars. The media has reported that Russia has invaded the Ukraine and China wants to take over Taiwan and Africa. The United States is losing power and its economy is collapsing. According to Bible prophecy, the United States of America was given a space and time to repent for its mistreatment of Yahuwah's people, those who were enslaved and stolen out of Africa and brought to the USA against their will, and whose ancestors continued to be mistreated and marginalized and never paid reparations. It is apparent that the United States of America will lose to these superpowers, and it is a direct judgment from the Most High, because they are going to reap from the bullying of other sovereign nations, and for the people they stole, lied about, never compensated, and never returned to their original lands, as well as their role in lying about who the true Jews, the true Israelites are, and their role in the 1948 takeover of Israel in helping to carve up Africa and establishing Israel as a state for the Khazars who left Russia, Palestine, and other coasts. And then they stole the identities of the true Israelites, who are none other than the Negroes. Here are biblical scriptures to prove it. I know the blasphemy of them that which say they are Jews, but are not, but are the synagogue of Satan. Revelation chapter 2, verse 9. Behold, I will make them of the synagogue of Satan, which say they are Jews and are not, but do lie. Behold, I will make them to come and worship before thy feet, and to know that I have loved thee. Revelations chapter 3, verse 9. Yeah, and what have ye to do with me, O Tyre and Zidon, and all the coast of Palestine? Will ye render me a recompense? And if ye recompense me, swiftly and speedily will I return your recompense upon your own head. Job chapter 3, verse 4. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of war. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines, and pestilence, and earthquakes in divers places. All these are the beginning of sorrows. Then shall they deliver you up to be afflicted, and shall kill you, and ye shall be hated of all nations for my name's sake. And then shall many be offended, and shall betray one another, and shall hate one another. And many false prophets shall rise, and shall deceive many. And because iniquity shall abound, the love of many shall wax cold. But he that shall endure until the end, the same shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come. Matthew chapter 24, verse 6 through 14. Watch, pray, and prepare. We are living in the last days, and it is important that we continue to watch and pray. We must study the word in order to discern the times we are in, as well as to keep the commandments, laws, and precepts, as well as to understand prophecy and how we must prepare during such times. How to prepare for war, food shortages, and other disasters. Stock up on food, such as non-perishable items like rice, beans, lentils, canned goods, etc., seeds, preferably heirloom, water, bottled water, or however else you're able to get your water. Make sure it's clean water. Building supplies, gardening supplies, backup generators, hand tools, protection equipment, weapons for protection, ammunition, etc., medications, herbs, offline resources and networks with trusted people. Please see my previous videos, The Food and Water War, Discerning the Times We Are Living in, and Science versus the Most High, The Battle for Your Soul. These are some great, excellent resources for you to watch, to learn, and discern the times we're living in. Thanks for tuning in. Leave your comments, like the video, share the video, and subscribe. And to make donations, send to fromegypttozion@gmail.com or patreon.com/From Egypt to Zion show. Thanks again, family, for tuning in. And until next time, peace, shalom,